I had to watch the movie with a drink, so I don't. It was very, very impactful. I don't know, very, very confusing. Very. It's a horror movie. I'll call it a horror movie. Okay, whatever. I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's a Netflix original that opened in select theaters this past week, and it's on Netflix too, hence the Netflix original part. Written and directed by the extraordinary Charlie Kaufman, who also brought us other mind trips such as Bing John Malkovich, Adaptation, Eternal Sunshine, and Anomalisa. Now, if you've seen any of those, you know you're in for a treat because all of his movies are almost completely original and very, very strange. Based on the novel with the same name, written by Ian Reid, I'm Thinking of Ending Things tells the story of a young woman and her boyfriend traveling to his parents' farm. Upon arriving, she begins to question everything she thought she knew about him and herself. Now, should you watch this movie? It's one of those movies that I can't talk a whole lot about without getting into spoiler territory. If you like to sit on your couch with your phone out, this is not for you. There are many long, drawn-out scenes that require your full attention or you just might miss something. There's a few morbid monologues along the way, but they kept me entertained. But if you're not a fan of long scenes with long, extended dialogue, again, not for you. If by the first 15-20 minutes of the movie, which is quite a long time, if you're just totally out of it, you're just like, why are these two people just talking in a car the whole damn time? Then stop watching. You're not going to enjoy it. If you're intrigued by what they're saying, if you're intrigued by the weird camera work starting right there, then keep watching. It just gets better. This is a psychological drama that makes you feel uneasy with its strange edits and camera moves. Overall, the movie is very confusing. It poses a lot of questions out there from the very beginning. There's times where characters speak to each other, but the dialogue isn't turned up all the way. There's multiple times when cameras tend to have a mind of their own and they move over before characters get there. This movie's like borderline a horror movie based on time jumps, based on the overall feel. But like I said, by the end of the movie, I just felt like uneasy and like a little sick, but like not in a bad like I'm gonna go throw up or something. Like, quick side note on the cast for this movie, they're incredible. Everyone in this movie does fantastic, especially the parents, which I can't get too much into without hitting spoiler territory. But if you've seen the trailers, you can guess what some of the weird things they have to do. Like, you watch a movie and you're so confused by it, but in a good way. Like, I was just like, I'm probably, so it's based off a book. I mentioned that earlier. I'm probably gonna rent that or see if it's on Audible maybe, or honestly just read a summary on Wikipedia just see how close it is to the novel, because I really want to know what happens. So there's so many like expectations you have for going down to the basement by yourself, or stopping at an empty road where all you see is stopping at an empty school and there's just a truck there. You're like, something's bad gonna happen, and it just lingers so much around this stuff that just really hits you. You know, makes you just feel, makes you scared the whole time, wondering what's gonna happen. A lot of times nothing, but a lot of times a lot of stuff does happen. The scariest parts of this movie for me are his parents, who aren't like crazy, they're just older. And they're just older. Final verdict. This movie was confusing. It made me feel uneasy. I got lost quite a few times, but I would definitely watch it again. Mainly to break down and see if I can really figure out what's going on. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you thought in the comments below. All right, let's get into spoiler talk now, because there's not a whole lot I can say other than it's confusing and weird and you should watch it without getting into spoiler territory. So, spoiler alert, here we go. This is all speculation and this is all my opinion. I don't know if this is what's really happening. This is what I think happened. I haven't done any actual research yet. So throughout the film, they keep cutting to this janitor working in a high school. You see him cleaning, you see him watching the kids perform on stage. I think they perform Oklahoma. That seems to be the main musical they hit on in this film. Janitor works at this high school. He watches movies while on his lunch break. He pictures people dancing up and down the hallways. Pretty weird. My opinion, I think it's obvious that the janitor is also Jake. You know, Todd from Breaking Bad. By the way, I feel horrible referring to him as Todd from Breaking Bad. He's done a lot of other work. If you haven't seen Fargo Season 2, watch that. He's great in it. Okay, where was I? Jake's obviously the janitor. Same time, I believe the young woman who doesn't have a name in the movie, I believe she's a figment of Jake's imagination. I believe they're the same person. I got that just based on the way, or she might be the embodiment of many women that he's tried to talk to. Jake seems to have, maybe he may have aged with it as a very lonely and introverted person. They each discuss how they met. Hers sounds very like, why would you talk to this person? When he mentions how they met, he references a movie within the movie, which is directed by Robert Zemeckis, which is I chuckled out loud. I thought that was really funny. Everything going on with the parents at the house, I believe that's all stuff that actually happened throughout. I believe Jake going to visit or maybe never leaving there, just over time has to care for his parents and has to make sure they're okay throughout the rest of his life, which is a very real thing, having to deal with them having dementia, obviously. When I think of horror movie icons right now, Toni Collette at the moment seems to be the scariest person out there right now. If you don't believe me, you should watch Hereditary and then come back to this, because she is terrifying. So the whole story to go back, the whole story is about Jake. He's now a janitor. He's looking back at everything he wished he could have done. My assumption is when he goes back to the truck and starts to have his panic attack, he sees the maggot-infested pig. The pig talks to him saying, "You're just somebody has to be the maggot-infested pig. Somebody has to be the unliked person in reality." When he goes to get ice cream, no one wants to talk to him because they probably think he's weird and strange, and he starts acting that way. He actually gets weirder and weirder throughout the rest of the movie, probably the way he did throughout the rest of his life. So when you get to the end by the time you get to the end of the movie, Jake's up on stage accepting an award, and everyone he knows is out there wearing old people makeup. Hints to, I guess because of the time seems to be a big thing here. He accepts the award. He sings a song for everyone. Everyone gives him a big applause. This is what he wanted to happen, but it's obviously not what happened. Like I said, this movie was confusing. It was weird. I liked it. There's time stuff all over the place. I'm a big fan of any sort of time manipulation in the movie. That might be a hint of a review I might do in the near future. Ding. If you made it this far into my spoiler section, I hope you actually watched the movie. If not, you probably have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. I had no idea what the hell I was watching when it was going on, but I enjoyed it the whole way through. So let me know. That's my review on I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I guess that's my rating system out of 10 now. Maybe I'll change it up in the future. Who knows? Everybody's least favorite movie is someone else's favorite movie. Make your own opinion on it. I say check it out. There's very few movies that you're going to hear me say, don't watch it. You shouldn't watch this. I say check it out. It's on Netflix. If you have a Netflix subscription, it's already up there. There's a lot of stuff coming to Netflix this month that I'm super excited about. This is just the first one on my list. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz I have to say. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you stick around on my channel to watch more videos. There's some here, there, subscribe somewhere here, I don't know. Yeah, that was really, I thought it was good. That was confusing. Charlie Kaufman's definitely a crazy, weird dude I would like to have a conversation with.